to this episode of Mediaverse Movie Night. How's everybody doing out there? Is anybody here? What's going on? Long time no see.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys? If you're in the chat, say what's up, please. Let us know you're here. Do a little mic check. Check 1 2. Who's here? Who's not here? Who wants to be here? How you doing, Jake?
You know.
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead and. What up, Bruce James Bales? How's
Hey,
it
everybody.
going? What up, Lumen Productions?
Oh my God, it's
what
Brian.
up? What up? What up? How you guys doing, man? Bruce, you guys are back from your feature. Congratulations, man. It looked cool from the stills.
We want to hear
A
how
lot
it
of
went.
dollying. Looks cool. What's new, man? Haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks.
Well, lots.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been updating people about your why or something. You've been updating people about your bathroom. How's
Yeah,
that
I've been
going?
renovating a bathroom or two. Actually, 2 bathrooms. There is now a shower here at the studio. So if you're ever covered in blood or gunk or whatever from your acting adventures, you can now go rinse off. It's a whole thing. But I'm also remodeling another shower in my house in Amana.
Ooh, how's it going?
It's going.
Is it awesome?
It's it's okay. Listen, I need to talk about tile for a second, everybody.
Yeah.
Whoever invented floor tiling as a method to cover a floor was an absolute psychopath.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like the Egyptians, back in the ancient times. Some
Interesting.
pharaoh was like, I want these people to suffer more. So they made their slaves like lay down mortar and ceramic tiles. And we're like, ha, look at you idiots. Just like, whatever, covering the shit, trying to get it level. It's awful. It's the worst. I will never do it again. Never tile anything. Please.
Well, the internet makes it look pretty easy. I've been
It's
watching
not.
some
No.
videos. Just don't think you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Anyway, you know what's fun? Something just came out. If you guys are into the movies, Happy Gilmore 2 just came out. How you feel about Happy Gilmore, man?
Listen, I loved Happy Gilmore 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like Happy Gilmore 2 is not only a shameless cash grab, it's also going to be highly entertaining and probably
so,
the
too.
blockbuster of the
It's got some great cameos in there. Eminem is in it for a short moment. I spot him in the trailer. I'll show you guys that.
It's got Pixel Peeps.
Pixel what?
Pixel Peeps.
What does that mean?
Means you peep the pickles.
I peep the pickles.
Peep the pickles.
I do peep the pickles. Yeah, dude, very excited for Happy Gilmore 2. I think it's going to be so fun. Well, I do want to play the trailer, so I'm going to do that. If you guys haven't seen the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2, we're going to watch it with you right now. I'm just so excited. I got to show people, and I got to watch it with you.
Sorry.
If you're here. But
sure you
real
keep
quick,
them pickles.
if you guys don't know how this works, you send us your films, and we will watch them here in a little bit. We need films to survive. So if you're a filmmaker, you're creative, or if you like a short film, send them our way. We got 2 great people in here right now who makes films. Send them our way, man. We got to watch them with y'all. So while we watch the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, if you could please just hook some brothers up.
Send them.
Send us some film.
We're going to show them, and people are going to like them.
People are going to love them.
Or not. And if they don't, that's okay.
Yeah. Also, super fun. We're going on Twitch, too. We're actually streaming to YouTube and Twitch. So if someone happens to be on Twitch randomly and you want to follow us on there, you'll get a cool little icon that pops up. So if you have a Twitch account and you want to see what that looks like, I haven't seen it happen yet. Well, because probably no one's followed us on Twitch. But if you do and you want to see what it looks like, you should follow us. Cool. Well, here's the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer.
My name is Happy Gilmore. 30 years ago, I decided to give golf a try. But even when you're at the top of your game, you can always shank one.
Happy Gilmore sucks?
Oh, Margaret Qualley?
Yeah.
How are you going to put Vienna through ballet school? It's $75,000
daughter.
a year. That's 4 years. That's 333 grand.
That's terrible math, Johnny. It's 300 grand. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Come on, you gotta do it, Dad.
All right, let's go.
Young calling it, she's dead.
But how about the jig?
She's dead?
Yeah, that was the happy.
Dude, I love it that all of his kids have an anger problem,
What
too.
is happening?
It's so funny.
Happy Gilmore is breaking in yet another caddy he just met.
All right, we're gonna go. See, but you bring those. Those always count. All right, that's it. They got a strap if you want to use the strap.
Happy Gilmore didn't have things flowing on the first film.
Check out the name tag, Grant.
Come on now.
My world now.
I got you a little something there, Pop. Everyone is talking about the comeback kid.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Dude, just the trailer is so good.
So good.
That's his other daughter, right?
Man,
I think so.
I am so sorry.
give him here. I got some
They
gorilla
did it
glue.
jumps.
You got to, man.
Remember the happy place I went to? You go to yours.
Dude, she better not be dead.
He's fucking dead.
I don't think she's dead. Come on now. This is Happy Gilmore. No one dies in Happy Gilmore.
Chubbs totally died in Happy Gilmore.
Well, Travis Kelce, Eminem.
What?
Yeah. Come on now. Oh, let me bring it back. Fuck, hold on. It's gonna happen. See, it's Eminem.
That's DJ Qualls.
You're an idiot, dude. It does kind of look like
That's
DJ
DJ
Qualls.
Qualls.
Dude, but it's Eminem in a wig. Crazy. Post Malone.
You stole my life from me.
That guy hasn't
Why would
aged,
I wanna
man.
Steal
He hasn't.
the life of somebody who eats pieces of shit for breakfast.
I bet they had so much fun, dude.
Dude, how could you not, man? I think they filmed that and got it out like within a year's time. I mean, because like I remember Adam Sandler, and I don't know, obviously with interviews how it works, but like he was talking about it not even that long ago, and it feels like the trailer, just came out.
They've got like that Netflix studio exec push on them.
Yeah,
Like, just make it happen. John
Yeah.
Daly.
yeah. Oh yeah, John Daly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, good stuff. So excited for Happy Gilmore. On a side, quick note: have you watched Last of Us yet? You caught up?
Nope.
You haven't even started.
Sorry. No, I haven't started season 2.
Oh
I
boy.
saw season 1. I know,
I'm just curious what people think,
I've heard
man. If
mixed
you
things.
guys
Listen, I'm
watched Last of Us, let us know what you think,
I'm
man.
going to watch it, and then we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. You got to watch it. All right.
Okay.
Well, we're going to move on to our first film of the night. You want to talk about this film a little bit? Introduce it?
Well, I believe we have the filmmaker in the chat.
Yo,
If you want to call me, Brian, feel free. I'm going to message you right now.
Well, do we want to play it? What's the film called?
It's called Pilgrim.
Ooh.
Pilgrim? Is that correct? Pilgrim, yes.
Yeah.
It is by Brian Marchewski. Brian and Scott are this kind of filmmaking duo. Brian's, I believe, is out in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
think so.
But just a stunning duo of filmmakers. Heavy on VFX, really good at what they're doing.
Yeah. Super talented.
They just won Filmpalooza with their 48-hour film, which we showed on here, and they went to Cannes.
And did they win that?
I don't know,
Okay.
but
Well,
the
if you
film
guys are
is
in here,
incredible.
let me
It
know
looks
if you
so
guys
good.
won. That's so cool, man. Big fan of the 48, so that's awesome that you guys were able to go out and do that.
Very much so.
All right, I'm gonna switch over here and we're gonna play the movie.
Okay, we're gonna play the movie, and then if you want to call and chat about it, Brian, love to chat.
Yeah, this is Pilgrim. Dude, 4K? Is it gonna work?
Okay, that was a Ben Mayer. Oh, that was the 48.
Oh,
This looks so good.
dude, some Marvel intro? Come on now.
Lumen Productions, not Severance.
Yeah. Have you seen this?
Trust.
No.
It's the hardest thing left in a world that's already taken so much from us.
Dude, it looks so
It's a
good
heavy weight
already.
to let someone in again. But in a life where everything you loved has crumbled to ash,
This is
it's
unbelievable.
not just about surviving anymore. It's about finding a reason to keep going, even when every sign tells us to expect the worst.
What?
Great
This is
opening.
amazing.
From the start of spring,
What?
the autumn leaves, and the summers and winters between.
Dude, beautiful opening, man.
When the river is wide, and the same one
Good sound
is
design.
dry,
Yeah.
when the wind blows
Dude,
hard,
come on.
even if we're dead broke, with no place to go, even when the shadows are
Brian.
you'll always be
Wow.
You're kidding, right?
No. Couldn't care less if that never came back.
What if you had to go somewhere far? Like California? Or Florida?
I've always preferred road trips anyways.
Ain't no way. But I'd rather fly. No, it is a superior form of travel.
Oh yeah, there's nothing better than being
What
stuck
did you guys
thousands
shoot
of
this
feet in the
on?
Sky, surrounded by sweaty people.
Feels like Sony.
crying, screaming babies, coughing all over each other.
You guys fellow Sony homies?
But
Come
that's
on
the
now.
way this whole mess got started in the first place.
But they did say it was the safest form of travel. No, what I'd give to be 30,000 feet up in the air. Away from all of this.
Sony FX3, dude. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Dude.
What?
You guys make me wish I could do VFX, man. I'll tell you that.
That's so clean.
You were saying.
Shut up.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks to be wrong, doesn't it?
What's your step there? I'm tripping.
Bro. Kind of looks like the dude, or one of the creatures from that Will Smith movie. What? He's alone in New York? No, Hitch? Okay, dude. I Am Legend.
We're gonna have to do a supply run when we
7
get back
pounds.
to camp.
Okay.
We're about out of food.
Go to bed.
That looks good.
Hopefully market isn't completely picked over by then.
Acting's good.
Is there a place on the way back to your old house? We can make a stop. James? James? James!
What?
Wow. Good editing on
Relax,
that.
I was just talking to you.
Sorry, Emma. What were you saying?
Nothing, just that if we don't both get married by 40, we'll tie the knot together. I would say we need to go get some supplies.
Oh, right.
Are you feeling okay? Look, if you're not up for this monthly pilgrimage home, you don't have to do it just to prove you love your family.
Love. I love my family.
I know. James, if you want me to hang back,
No,
I don't...
no. I need you here. More than you know, okay? Sorry, I've just been thinking about her a lot lately. You know when my mom got sick, my sister and I moved back in to help her out for a year before she passed. And we buried her in the backyard. And I just couldn't take it anymore, so I left. I left my little sister alone in that house. A week before everything went to shit. Yeah. I left her to get torn into by the infected. And I drove as fast as I could to get back to her. Obviously, I was too late. I found them feeding on her. In the same house that we lost my mom in. It was like I failed them both all over again.
You can't blame yourself. No one ever expected that any of this was...
Hey, do you think there's still a part of them in there? You know, like after they turn. Do you think that we can still bring them back?
I don't know.
Forget I asked. We should get some rest.
what's gonna happen.
Bro, this is like better than Last of Us.
Hey, come on now.
I'm not kidding.
Well, it's the truth and it's a lie.
Ooh,
It's
3
the
months
only
earlier.
reason why.
We're gonna find out how they met.
Oh, it's everything before and everything after. And there are days that I forget. They just run into the rest. And there are days that I loved you and everything after.
I know that you're hurting, sweetie. And I can't imagine how much you miss your family.
I like flashbacks and flashbacks.
Just know that you're not alone.
Sneaky fuck.
Dude, I thought she was about to lose a leg.
She might have lost it.
Always a little nervous.
What was the lens package you used, Brian?
Uh-oh.
That's how you alert people.
They're coming. I feel like I've seen behind the scene photos for this stuff, maybe. This location seems really familiar to me. Hey, some zoms.
That's good.
Some good makeup, dude. Ah!
Really good makeup. Wow.
Dude, the sound design's great. It's gross.
Good color change?
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Oh.
Dude, the tripwire.
That was cool.
You gotta show it so you can use it.
24 to 70 Sigma?
One lens? What?
Is it a G Master?
You're a G Master.
All right. Settle down.
Are you alone?
Oh, that's when they first met.
That's what I said.
Oh.
That's what I said, Jake.
Listen, I wasn't paying attention to you. I was enraptured by this.
Now, is that a real location or is that also VFX, dude? It just looks so
a real
good. It's like you can't I just can't tell, which is great. No, this gotta be real locations, man. Right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, real.
Like, this is the Northeast for sure.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. You picked a great town. What? Where is that, dude? What?
That's like Pennsylvania. It's the Appalachians.
But just an abandoned town?
There's tons of them up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you know this location and just rode around it?
You doing okay?
I'm fine.
So what's the plan exactly? When you get to your old house?
Visit my mom.
Chicken.
Walk through the house. Nothing crazy. Come on. This way. Hey, Ma.
You're a good son. And a good brother. You know that? You're lucky you had something worth losing.
Yeah, until you're all alone.
You're not alone. I spent years bouncing from foster home to foster home. I wish I had something worth losing. Finding you? You're the closest thing I've ever had to family.
Your sister wasn't buried here?
No, she wasn't. Come on. Got something I want to show you.
Dude, little kitty in a post-apocalyptic world.
Up here.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I thought this was gonna be a love story.
He's gonna feed it to his sister.
Oh. Oh, you think? Dude, that
That's what I would do.
Oh,
Yo, great shot. Whoa, it's like the Sam Raimi. Wow.
James, what are you doing? What is all this?
It wasn't supposed to be like this. It was supposed to be quick, but she must have gotten loose.
No. All this time you've been feeding her?
I was supposed to protect
You
her.
were right, dude.
I need to protect her.
It's not her, she's gone.
You shut the fuck up!
James. Please. I'm your friend.
Yeah, but you're not blood.
Where are you gonna go now?
It's over.
Uh-oh.
Yo, I love this color change.
Dude, the white eyes are freaky, man.
If you go, take all your heart with you. If you stay, keep all your heart with you.
Oh, man.
Dang, son. There's hope. There's hope. Awesome.
That's
great, Yeah, give it up. Give it up for Pilgrim, man.
All right, go ahead and give us a call, Brian. We need to talk about this for a second.
Really, really good job. While we're about to talk to Brian here?
Brian Marchewski.
We're about to talk to Brian. So if I see 9 people in here, if you got a film, please send it. Hello? Oh, hold on here. Let me see if I
Get your Bluetooth together.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing, Jake?
Oh, I'm good, man. Here with Michael. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Love your guys' show. You guys do such a good job.
Thanks.
Hey, man. You do a good job. That was an awesome film.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about process of making that. I feel like I seen some stills online not too long ago, so it seems sort of like you got right at it editing-wise, right?
Yeah, we filmed this probably back in October of 2023, I think. I just wanted to do just a zombie like 30-second sort of action reel.
Yeah.
Um, and I had found this location. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Pittsburgh. But basically 30 miles north of us, there was an abandoned mining village. And we just planned to do sort of a VFX action 30 seconds around this with some zombies. And then I just started writing more and more of it. I hadn't done a short film outside of the 48-hour film project before.
Sure.
I've just basically,
Wow.
like me and Scott, we do VFX tests and things like that.
Mhm.
So narrative stuff is just something we didn't do too much of. I've done a lot of, video marketing and commercial work and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I haven't really written before. So that was sort of my first writing outside of the 48s and commercial work.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool, man, and I love the way you shot it. What was the crew like? Was it just you with the camera and two actors, or did you have a team?
Yeah, just me with the camera. We had a boom operator. I think his name was Will. His name's escaping me right now. Oh, Brandon.
Mm.
Brandon. Fantastic at what he does. And just gave us some really good audio and some really, not ideal situations for filming. Down in forest and abandoned towns and stuff like that. But it was just me with the Sony FX3. I think we just did the 24 to 70 millimeter, just sort of standard zoom lens. And it was, yeah, just me, mostly gimbal shots. I
Yep.
always tell myself to do more, locked off shots, and I've been doing that a lot more. But I just do so much gimbal all the time when I have it going.
Yeah. Well, you use it well. You see a lot of videographers and filmmakers that use the gimbal exclusively, and they do like multi-axial movements, whereas you use it. I think the right way to use a gimbal is to use it in one axis only per shot. So either it's going to be a dolly, or it's going to be a truck, or it's going to be a push. And
Right. Yeah. I
you don't
know
change
I
that
like
axis
replacing some of
ever.
that big, I used
Right.
to use, dolly and stuff like that. And I still would love to, have one for smoother,
Yeah.
push-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, no, gimbal, I like to float around a little bit as well
Yeah.
for some wider shots.
I want to hear kind of about your VFX strategy, because there was VFX kind of mixed between each of the shots, whether it was a set piece or it was a creature, or it was an element. Kind of how did you approach it? Did you design it to be focused on VFX, or was it just kind of, hey, this could use a little bit more, let me throw it in?
Right. It was a bit of both, I think, obviously for, scenes where we sort of mix an airplane,
Mm-hmm.
idea throughout the film, as something that's, horrible to do, if we have to travel a lot for work and stuff like that. But then you don't realize how cool it is after a while, what a, luxury and modern thing it is. So we sort of played that up, and we wanted to have a big scene where we had a crashed airplane where they're sort of reminiscing about flight back in the day. One person saying how they hate it, one person saying how they love it. So when we come to this big open field, we want to show a crashed airplane, because of whatever situation they're in this world. And that was one where I think all my VFX shots, we will always want to go wider than we think. Especially for bigger, things we want to track in. That's sort of my bread and butter, is being able to track in VFX work into live action scenes, and have, the camera movement realistic between the VFX and, the original camera movement. So I think I always try to go a little bit wider for most of my scenes. I love, movies like The Revenant and stuff like that, where they just push around with a wide angle and are really lofty with it, and sort of make their way to the action. So I'm always trying to do that. The plane scene was a drone shot, so you're always pretty wide there. And then some of the other scenes, I know that we had a CGI zombie in there. We just didn't have an interior for a plane to film in.
Sure.
So obviously those moments call for some VFX and CGI, and it's something that I'm continuing to learn. It's not something I'm super well versed in at the moment.
And was that a VFX asset inside of a virtual set, or was that
Yeah, so 3 parts. They had an interior of a plane, and then they have seats and stuff that are CGI and some like
Okay.
rubble and stuff, and then you have the motion capture 3D model in there. So you have a zombie model, and I do some sculpting and stuff like that, but that was just a purchased asset, the
Gotcha.
zombie model.
Okay. But
And
you
then
just
you
come up
use
with
some
it.
free, yeah, exactly. You use some free motion capture data on top of that, and
Oh,
then
got
you
it.
have to do everything from like a shadow plane underneath them. So basically, it's like an invisible plane that casts shadows. So then, whatever you
Ah.
put that on top of your footage, so tracking you have a piece of footage.
Mhm.
You basically create a virtual camera that moves the exact same way that your footage moved, like how you panned in, dollied, whatever.
Mhm.
And that virtual camera, anything you stick in front of it that's 3D, a 3D object, fire simulation, explosion plate or something like that, it will want to look like it's being filmed by your camera because the virtual camera moves the exact same way. So basically, you can drag and drop anything in there, but you still need things like, shadows to feel like they, interact with what was filmed,
Yeah.
So you'd make a shadow plane under this zombie 3D model and look like it's sort of stuck to that floor plane.
Right.
So yeah, it's always just sort of layering, I guess, adding stuff, removing stuff a lot of the times, signs and cars in the background,
Yep.
and getting rid of those as well.
Wow.
Well, it was a really incredible short. I mean,
Yeah.
job well done, especially this being your first time writing a longer narrative, man. You did a great job, and what you and your brother do is awesome. I see you guys team up a lot when making films, and I think it's super inspiring. And my last question here is, what would you give it? Like, what would be your advice for someone who's wanting to do more visual effects? Selfishly, I'm asking because I've always tried to get into visual effects. It's just such a daunting thing to approach. So, what would be sort of your beginner's tips that you could give us before we let you go here?
Well, I would say just YouTube. Everything's out there, just like you guys are, putting tutorials out there and reviewing products and stuff like that. They have tutorials for everything.
Yeah.
And after you get, it's the basics, same as anything else. And a lot of softwares will look and sort of operate similar. So and there's free stuff out there. I would say if you're looking into VFX, Blender is the way to go right now. It's absolutely free. The things people are making with that, the tutorials they're putting out, is absolutely worth the time to sit down. Within half a year, you can get very well versed in something like that.
Okay. You just gotta sit down and make it happen. I just get
Yeah, exactly.
I just get once I start watching tutorial and they're like, you got to do this and that, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how to do any of this. It's so much work. We did a tutorial one time in Unreal, and it was like a 3-hour tutorial. And by the end of it, we did too much that you weren't learning that much by the time you were done with it. So it was like I didn't feel like I retained any of that information.
Right. I love those short, like 3-minute ones. When you see it's like
Yeah.
3 minutes or 4 minutes, you're like, okay, they're gonna
Yeah.
get to the point, and it's great. There's so much you can learn out there.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for sending in your film and talking with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you come up with next, man. You and your brother, this Lumen Productions. I love seeing what you guys come out with. So
And congrats on your
thanks. You
guys'
guys too.
48 as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a super fun thing. Him and I are always back and forth,
Yeah.
throwing stuff at each other and judging each other. So it's easy to have someone to judge when it's a twin.
Yeah.
They won't.
Absolutely.
They'll tell you if it looks like shit, and then
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Brad.
you guys too. Yeah, thank you again.
Yeah,
Bye.
talk to you later.
Good night. Bye.
Well, everybody, that was Brian.
Brian Marchuski.
Yeah, I always say their names wrong.
You do.
Their last
That's
name, so I
okay.
get too nervous to say it. Sorry about that. All right, folks. So we're gonna do one more phone call here. But look, again, we need more films, man.
You have
So
a film, send us
if
a
you
film.
have a film and you're
We
here,
got one thing in the
and it
hopper.
doesn't even have to be a film. It could be anything,
It can be
man.
a music video. It can be a piece of content.
We just gotta stay alive for 1
Something
hour.
that inspires you.
That's our personal goal. So you gotta send us some stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna call our buddy Nate here, who just got off doing a feature film all the way in. I can't remember where it was.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Oh, why?
Hey, boy. We're gonna talk to Nate a little bit, and like I said, when we're talking to him, if you guys want to try to, well, keep listening, but find something for us to watch. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna give Mr. Nate Kaiser a ring here. Nate,
Kaiser, you better pick up, man.
you got to pick up.
You've been
dude.
giving us hell all night for how long?
Who's it gonna be? Is he gonna pick it up?
Let's see. Let's see.
Well, Mr. Nate Kaiser, how you doing, brother?
Hello, Michael.
Hey.
Hello, Jake.
Oh,
Hello.
He's sassy.
You got some sass tonight?
He's got
for
some
us?
sass.
Could
in him.
could I add a friend to this group call real
Get him.
quick?
Get
Hey,
them in
man,
here.
I would love that.
Okay.
Who you got?
Just wait for it.
Okay. Well, do I have a graphic for them at least?
Yeah, probably. DP of the film.
Shit, I don't have a graphic
You
yet.
don't have a graphic for.
I know.
That's incredible. That's incredible. No,
I am
wow. Okay.
so sorry.
Yeah, sir. Everybody hate these guys in the comments.
I'm
please.
embarrassed.
Okay,
Yeah,
Hate on
everybody-
Michael, please, not me.
Please send us.
I'm
hate.
just a little boy that's remodeling a bathroom.
Yeah, that's all he's good for.
That's all I'm good for.
Okay, he's trying to add somebody to a call.
Wow.
Waiting for Nate. Hey, that's what we do,
Hey,
right?
everybody's waiting on Nate.
You're always
right
waiting
now.
for the guy to light
Tell
something.
me what's your favorite time waiting on Nate?
My favorite time waiting on Nate.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite time, but it's when they don't give Nate enough time to light stuff, and then people get upset that he's trying to light stuff. And it's just like, what do you guys want? You want something lit well, or do you just want to fucking...
Just want to roll right away.
Yeah, what do you want?
All right, Michael. Well, we're back.
Hey, Mr. Nate, what's up?
Hey, well, I have Mr. Bruce Bales on the other end of the line for you.
Can you connect it?
Yo.
Oh,
He's
it
always
work?
on.
Wait, I hear him. Does it work like that?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Oh,
He's
what's
conferencing.
up, Bruce? How you doing?
Good.
You
How
guys
doing?
survived, man.
We thrived.
You
We were thriving and
survived
surviving.
and thrived, man. That is great to see. I love that you guys were keeping up to date on social media and showing everybody what's up, man. It was cool to see you guys hustle, man. It seemed like a ton of work. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was. But you know, you bring good people and make good things happen and enjoy the process as much as you can. There's always road bumps, as there is with any film, but it's just about bringing that good attitude. And I think we all felt really fortunate to be making a movie in such a kind of a beautiful, a little bit mystical, a little bit weird place.
Yep.
And so this is your fourth time doing a feature, correct?
Yeah.
And then Nate, this is your second?
This is my first as a dolly grip.
Yeah, what was sort of that relationship? You guys were working together, I mean, all the time. If the camera's moving, Nate's moving it. So what was that relationship like?
We started the relationship pretty early because you know, Nate found out that I wanted to use the Fisher, helped me acquire the Fisher, helped me acquire a 4-foot slider for the Fisher 11, and all the accessories. So like we knew and that the intention of the film was to use the dolly as a storytelling tool.
Yeah.
And to be really intentional with it. And then, you know, after discussions with the director, like I let Nate know some of these bigger moves that we're gonna do, including like a 5-minute long push on 32 feet of track.
Wow.
And then, you know, I think Nate really just like paid attention to the vision of the film and like how we wanted it to feel, and made sure that like he wouldn't like sleep unless he got the shot. It was like, you know, the dedication to the approach was there from the start. And
Yeah.
you know, it honestly was just a lot of fun, and you got to, you know, celebrate some pretty difficult shots and some shots that we, you know, took a lot of time and a lot of thought. And Nate was just, I can't say enough good things about him as a first time dolly grip. And I was telling them that today, just like knocked it out of the park. And the morale from those shots too is a thing that I didn't really expect, like how excited
Pulling it
everybody
off.
got when we got those.
Yeah, dude. Well, and I mean, you know, it's also the stakes are on your AC as well, man. Because was that 5 minutes? Was that?
Oh, Michael, hold on, Michael.
Okay.
Can I stop you for a second and just let you know that I also have the first AC of the film with me in the room right now?
Oh,
what's going on over there,
dude? You guys
It's
are
called We're
partying.
Taking Over the Podcast.
Oh my god!
As
dude.
we're live.
Let's
Welcome.
go.
The
dude.
revolution is here.
It's the Rat Pack
So
out here.
real quick, so that 32 foot track was that a oneer?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
a really theatrical oneer that involves like the majority of our cast in one way
Wow.
or another, with like a
Wow.
lot of fluctuations and a lot of like very deep focus. I think we shot that at f/16.
Damn.
Because we had actions happening like 150 yards away from where the main
Wow.
action was happening. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like the whole family was kind of in the shot at a point, and then a lot of people leave, and some more people come in, and then more people leave, and it's yeah. We'll see what people think about it. We feel good about it, but it's interesting.
So,
When you,
what was pulling focus like then with what was it like pulling focus with like a 5-minute wonder? Were you nervous, AP?
I mean, the thing is, working with these guys is super easy, but I knew how long the rail system was. I knew where the shots were going to be. During all the setup time, I basically got, 5 or 6 like measurements, like where the actors are going to be. We knew marks. I mean, we're also shooting like deep focus at f/16, so
Sure.
as long as I know where those marks are, it's really not that hard to pull on that. It's
Sure.
There's literally just sent you guys a photo of like one of our other moves we did. I pulled it without a monitor. So
No way.
That's some professional stuff right there. I'm always like, how the hell are these guys doing it with no monitor,
Dang.
man?
It's like flying an instrument, dude.
So, I mean, I also have a rangefinder in the cam.
Sure.
But like I said, I just sent you a little BTS photo. You can see that
Throw that
shot.
up there.
It's the
Can you
three
throw
of
that
us all working together.
yeah, shout out to
send you on
both Nate and AP for like being like honestly like old school gritty filmmakers on this one, because this shit is like, I feel like we didn't take a modern approach to this movie, and I think I'm proud of what the decisions we made as like a team, because I think we made something like a little bit more unique, and something that I think speaks really well poetically of the content of the film and like the text.
Can you explain what you
And
mean by not modern?
yeah,
Like you took a what old school approach. Was there certain methods that you employed that we would all like either roll our eyes at or be baffled by?
well, I think AP pulling without a monitor, I
Sure.
mean, that's an
Just
old
by-
school approach for me. Is like so what he did is he got his distances on his focus motor, and he just walked with the dolly as we dollied in on like 24 feet of track. So he was just like
Yeah.
watching the lens, which is something you don't really see a lot of ACs do.
Yeah.
A lot of ACs just pull on their monitor, and
Yeah.
I think they're all good. They're all good tactics to have in the bag. But I mean, it's just like it felt like we were making like something older, something with like a soul to it, that was like more an ode to like the difficult filmmaking, and not like always just being shallow focus to be shallow focus, and not all, and like doing locked off shots, and like, but like then making really subtle dolly moves. And sometimes I feel like that's like kind of an older school, like an old school approach. I think some films now can be like bombastic and kind of flashy, and the camera does all this crazy shit, and you're like, whose point of view is this? Is this a fucking moving camera's point of view, or whose point of view is this?
Yeah.
As opposed to like being more intentional. And I think that, I'm proud of us for doing that, because I think that can be hard. I think it's easy to get bored and like want to play and want to try hard shit.
Yeah.
So.
And how many days were you guys on set for this?
I did 18 days, yeah, and everybody else did 17, I think. I did just one day of
17.
B-roll. Yeah.
Jeez,
So Nate, I remember we chatted about this before you guys took off. You were talking about just your strategy towards what all you were bringing as the dolly grip. Did you end up using things that you didn't think you would need, or things that you were like, "Oh, I'm glad I brought this"?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there was a lot, like, you have to remember that you're now like on top of, having to consider how you're playing a role in the creation of the shot. You also have to remember that you have a piece of equipment with you that needs to be upkept. I really didn't plan for the amount of time it was going to take me each day just to like clean the dolly and to basically like re-grease it to get it ready to like work properly for the workday. Because again, it's not like we're doing studio work on this film. Like, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about this picture that you're showing on screen right now. Like, I totally forgot about this, because honestly, and I think Bruce can agree to this, I really don't think either of us thought the dolly was going to play as much as it ended up playing on this film.
Interesting.
Because we we didn't really know how well. I mean, like honestly, I didn't know how well I was going to do operating it. Like I took a class and prep for the film. I mean, it's like I've been around the tool maybe once or twice, but like at the end of the day, it is a very approachable tool to use. And I think a lot of productions may just not think about how much of an asset it is to them at a pretty eye-opening price point in terms of like how it would equate for the overall price of your production and like what it offers you. But in terms of like just taking care of the dolly, because really as soon as we start to put Bruce, how heavy was our camera? How heavy was the rig we were shooting on?
AP 30, 35 pounds, you think, AP? 30?
I was thinking 35. I mean,
Yeah.
with the 135 on there, it was probably close to 40 because that was a chunk of glass. But yeah, 35 is probably good.
Wow. So, Bruce, Nate brought that up. Was the kind of exclusive dolly use, was that almost an afterthought where you're like, day one, like, okay, this rocks, we're going to change the shot list and we're going to make the dolly a storytelling device as opposed to just a tool? Or was that in the plan from the beginning?
So our big dolly shots that we knew we were laying track for, like everything we laid track for was planned before. Like we knew that we were going to do the opening shot on the dolly. We knew we were going to do this big oneer on the dolly. We knew we were going to do this fundraiser scene that we have on the dolly. But what it unlocked once we started to use it is something that I think filmmakers struggle with a lot, which is the ability to move the camera up and down smoothly.
Yes.
To boom it up and down smoothly, which is something
man.
that really unlocked a lot of things for me. And then, just using the dolly as a tripod actually is easier. You can if you put a 4-foot slider on it, you can put the camera over a table that you would have to get like a hi-hat or sandbags or a apple box to put up. And it really became like a tool in that way too, that it was like, oh no, we can just get the camera in places we might not be able to get them that easily. But really the ability to boom up and down became a useful storytelling tool just because we had a lot of scenes where people were like, getting up or sitting down or going from one place far away to close to us. And, tilts just don't have the same feel as a boom up and down. There's a different feeling to it, and it's a more controlled, less camera operator feel, more like, smooth, dreamy kind of feel almost. Or you can move it quick, which we had to a couple times, but it really just enabled us to always be in the frame that we wanted to be in. More so than a tripod would. And there's one handheld shot in the movie, so the dolly played a lot. And I think Nate can attest to this, and maybe it's better coming from him, but I think we were really intentional with it despite using it a lot. There was times that I thought of dolly shots, and then like 5 minutes later I'm like, we can't do that. And it's because it wasn't intentional for the scene or the mood or the story. And I just I fought myself a little bit, being like, ooh, this tool is really great and really fun.
But now you're in the visual language piece of it, where it's like, okay, do I need to use this tool? Is this okay?
And I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what the dolly did. Is it opened up a whole new side of visual language for me as a DP that frankly just isn't available with any other tool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super jealous, man. I hope I get the chance to mess around with one of those someday, man. They look incredible, and it's such a great asset for any production, man. And you see those on every behind the scenes on bigger projects, man. So it's cool that you guys got to operate with it and use it, and that's just awesome, man. That's like some bucket list stuff.
You got creative with it too, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Michael and Jake, I just sent you guys a photo. This is the first time I've let anybody see this setup, because I didn't let anybody take photos of it on the day.
Oh my god! Okay. Oh, you guys said so much BTS. Holy shit!
This is our 32-foot run that we did, and I feel like it's kind of far enough away that I don't have to feel as bad. Like something that I will say, because I wanted to talk about. Yeah, you can show it. Throw it up. I wanted to talk about how AP and I had kind of like how we had to work with that, because it was a little different, right? Because you didn't really walk with that one. No. So,
what did you do?
Like ultimately, the run of track that we laid is what we were able to do with like the tools that we had. I completely under ballparked how much cribbage I was going to need to do this run. And it's not really because of the length of the run, it's because of the difference in the ground. You don't have to zoom in. You definitely don't have to
No,
zoom in.
dude,
You
I'm looking at
definitely,
it, man.
you
I'm
definitely, I know,
curious,
but
bro.
you definitely don't have to zoom in because
No,
it's
I
a little
like it.
sketch, and
No,
it's okay because it,
I
like,
like it.
listen, like I got up on it, like Bruce was on it, I put multiple people on it, like we felt safe enough, but
Yeah.
like again, like this is just like this is a real thing about film, is that no matter what I could do in pre-production, I could not foresee this happening, which was, hey, you're gonna run out of all of your apple boxes
Yes.
and all of
Yeah.
your cribbage,
That's
like
every apple
everything
box in
I brought,
existence.
and I didn't have enough. So it was like, okay, what's the sturdiest, like, what's the next sturdiest thing that I could use to support this? And it was a little sketch, and
Cinder
like,
blocks.
you know, but at the end of the day, like Bruce and I did 9 takes on it, and I think after looking at the dailies, we were pretty happy with it. But it was like an incredible pull for AP as
Yeah.
well. So I wanted to just talk about like this shot was like conceptually, I think this was like the biggest shot that Bruce had at least brought to the table for me. And it's like, Bruce, I don't know, AP, how long? What was it? 6 minutes long, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
about 5
insane,
minutes and
dude.
5:15. Yeah.
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 That's
So
impressive.
like we're throughout this movement, we are pushing in and we're booming the camera down. So it's like we have to keep a consistent pace on the dolly. We also have to keep a consistent pace on the boom. And AP has to land the focus for like 9 different people who are like walking into a scene. And Bruce is basically he's going from level ground to basically 4.5 feet off the ground on top of like what is a 300-pound dolly. And it's like
Jesus.
it was an insane like feat to try to take on, but it was just like at the end of the day, I think we walked away pretty happy.
Real quick, what's the like? What am I trying to say? Who's in charge of what? Like, I'm guessing like who's in charge of which axis here? Because you say you're booming up, you're pushing, you're trucking, you're dollying. Is it just you doing it, or Bruce, are you controlling your own vertical?
So we like, if you're thinking about the steps in which like who is in control of what, like ultimately AP is in control of the focus of the image, which with this shot, the camera's going from 32 feet and a little bit of change away from talent to basically, I don't know, 12 feet.
12 feet at the end.
12 feet at the end.
Yeah.
So like it's such a far like footage change that I'm pushing dolly and also lowering it. Bruce is like keeping the frame because there is some framework happening in the shot, and AP's rolling focus the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I'm on tilt and pan,
Okay.
and then Nate's on boom and push, and then I'm also at the end of this take on a push on the 4-foot slider at the very end of our move.
No, I haven't messed with that dolly. Is there pedals on there that will allow you to move it, or is it just like are you on a tripod head, or like how are you doing the pan and tilt?
I don't know if the camera, if this BTS photo showed it, because I don't think I had put it on yet, but like AP was gracious enough to make sure I had a monitor to put on the dolly because I'm having to look at the shot the entire time.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this picture, which is up on screen right now with Bruce, there's a wooden knob that you see on the right-hand side of the dolly, and that's what controls the boom up and down.
Okay.
Speed. So the faster I turn that knob, the faster that camera is going up into the sky. And it is a hydraulic machine. So it goes really fast. And this thing is actually really dangerous because anything that is in between those articulating arms, like just gets crushed. Like nothing. There's no sensors. There's nothing that's like stopping it. So in terms of like ultimately the big push, like I am controlling what I would think is a pretty slow descent boom down, because we're booming down and pushing forward for basically the entire duration of the shot. So it was really slow. We were turning the knob just a little bit, and then our G&E team had helped me like build out basically like a support like C-stand arm that I'm pushing the dolly with, which is changing. The dolly's staying on a flat plane while I'm changing elevation. So I'm getting lower. Bruce is getting like way higher than I am.
You're
He's
on a
like,
slope, right?
compared to where my feet are, he's like 8.5 feet in the air.
Good God.
And then like, I don't know, AP's another 32 feet back from that, trying to like rack focus. So it's a whole machine that has so many moving parts. But honestly, I think we were really happy with how we had all worked together as a unit, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, it is the entirety of the camera team that helps pull those shots together.
I imagine the
Yeah, and it
rehearsals
took
and
us-
the briefings are just the communication piece while you're rolling is essential.
Yeah, and that shot took us about, from start to finish, 5.5, 6 hours from
Yeah.
setup to breakdown.
That's not bad.
I think we nailed it on take 3.
Yeah.
And we just wanted a safety take, and then we
course,
kind of
yeah.
bumbled for a while, and then we got 2 more good takes on 8 and 9, but I think take 3 is going to be the take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that we like about those, and let me be clear about why we did it. We didn't do it because we like shots like that. We did it because we thought it was right for the scene.
Yeah.
And for the tension and the mood of the scene. But like, those shots feel so good because it's like every department has to come together.
Yeah.
Even like sometimes you can do a close up and like some department can like not do their job to their best of their ability and it doesn't matter.
Right.
But this was a shot where like every single person had to be on point, and we were. And I think the thing that I found, and maybe Nate and AP can chime in, is like I was so exhausted after that I couldn't even think.
Yeah. Because you're not like physically exerting yourself extraordinarily much, but it's like playing chess for 8 hours. It's like, brain's tired.
I mean, there's a complexity that comes down to those shots too, because like the director has to be on point, the actors have to hit their marks. Like, I think we said we did this for 9 takes, and not to throw the actors on the bus, but it was like we're doing those takes for them to get their best performance, right?
Yeah.
I get you.
So, there might be a little wobble on the camera, but that's like very fixable, like very
Yeah.
quickly. So
Right. And the actor will always take another take.
yeah, exactly. So I think we had basically put in all of our work, and we were basically setting a playing field for them to show their best in front of the camera. And we, like Bruce said, we got there in 3, and we just did the others for better,
Well,
Dude,
that-
3 is gonna be three is the one that's in the movie. I guarantee it.
and that's like the best, man. It's like it's the essence of filmmaking when it's like everybody is performing on the best they can, and it's like you guys are assisting the actors by not messing up, and like they just get to play, and like that is when good filmmaking happens, man. And these actors just get to perform, and you're not, having to go back because of a technical thing. And I think that's awesome. And anytime you're able to do that, dude, of course you're gonna be so hyped, man.
And it's thankless. No one praises it, but everyone throws shit if tech screws up.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and talking. I do just have one final question for all of you. Are you guys able to relax now? Do you guys take a little bit of a break after being gone so long? Or are you guys right back to work?
Right back to it. AP and I are off to Minneapolis tomorrow.
Wow.
Iowa City Wednesday, Omaha
Damn,
Thursday,
guys.
and then I have a scout on Friday, and then this weekend you will not know that I exist for Saturday and Sunday.
Well, dude, that's awesome, man. That's great that you're staying busy. So, Nate, you got anything coming up, man? You get to relax a little bit?
I am going directly home and
Yeah,
laying in
dude.
my bed
You
for
got to,
multiple
man.
days.
Yeah, recover, man.
There's, we got, I gotta give him the chime on the podcast, but we got a nice little a rental set from Bonza Media from the
Yeah.
City Stage in Josiah in Rockford. So we always thank a brother for helping us out and pulling some strings. So
Dude,
I just need to caravan some gig. Oh yeah, Jake, you did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just watched that today, man.
I do have to mule my way over and take all the gear back to Rockford, but yeah,
Sure, yeah.
I think we're walking away really happy.
Well,
So
if you want to stop by Marengo and pet Durden, I'm here.
you know what? I do have to actually. We're gonna do business on the show right now. I do have to drop off your light too. So we'll
Oh
just
yeah,
figure that
I
out.
forgot you guys even did that play okay? Were you guys able to use
Dude,
the 22?
shout out. Thank
Shout
you for
out.
that 22.
Okay.
Good.
Dude, that's been my favorite fixture to use, man. And like we picked it up from somebody who didn't want it, and I was like, man, I don't know if we're ever gonna use this thing, but like we use that light almost more than anything. It comes in clutch a lot.
We used it several times. I think we used it like in 7 or 8 scenes.
Hell yeah, cool.
I'm surprised it held up.
Yeah, it's kind of beat to shit.
I 3D printed a little top case for it that's falling apart already.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk about that one.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay. I mean,
I
it
have the
happens.
I have the
At
tool
least it's
file, I
being
can-
used, you know, and that's all we want it for, man.
Love it.
Well, cool, guys. Thank you so much for calling in and talking about the experience and making the feature, man. We were all watching online, and it was cool to see you guys out there making movies, man. And we're super hyped to see it.
Thank you, guys. It's always a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you guys.
And hey,
Yeah,
welcome
dude.
home.
Hey,
Glad you're all
yeah,
here.
welcome home
Hey.
for a day.
Hey, look at Iowa filmmakers on
Look at
separate sides of the state
Yeah, dude.
pulling strings to make a feature film happen.
It's a beautiful
yeah.
thing,
Boom.
man. Beautiful
Look
thing.
at
Keep
that.
it going.
All
Look
right.
at that. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. All right. Enjoy the rest of your guys' night, man.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Bye, guys.
All right, everybody. That was Nate Kaiser, Bruce James Bales, and Andrew Peterson. There we go.
Yes, we love them. Okay,
Well,
it's that time of night.
it's that time of night, man. We have talked and listened and learned. Ain't that beautiful?
I am excited for Happy Gilmore.
Hey, man. Happy Gilmore, if anything. Thank you, Brian, for sending in your short. If you guys do want to send in something for next week, I will not be here. I will be gone.
Oh
on a
my
shoot
God,
for
that's right.
2 weeks.
Oh.
So,
Hey, if you want to be a guest host on the Mediaverse Movie Night
Yeah.
live stream, hit me
Yeah.
up because I need a buddy to sit
he needs a
with.
buddy.
So
And
if you're around, if you want to hang out next Monday,
and it would be great if you're like, you know how to stream, because Jake clearly doesn't know how to.
if you got a little riz and you know some tech stuff, I'm a dumbass. all
Hey,
right?
man, it'd be beautiful, because the boy did it last time without me, and it just didn't work.
It didn't work. I apologize.
I'm a useful person.
Not to throw shade at Walker. Walker did great. I shot the bed.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, watching, listening, learning. That's a beautiful thing. If you guys want to check out the stream next week, you should. We got some new content coming out hopefully soon. We took
Yeah.
a little break from posting stuff to just try to, figure out what we want to make next,
Also, real quick, if you are a writer and you're
Oh,
interested
yeah.
in becoming part of our inaugural writers' room called Common Ground, there is a Facebook event that you can find on Mediaverse Studios' Facebook page. Sign up for that.
Yeah.
And we're still taking entries for it. I think there's 8 to 10 coming already, so
Yep.
we want to maybe get a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's entirely free, so come on out and
Come hang out.
You guys are gonna write a script
Write a
over
script.
the next few months.
We're
and
going to
then
film
we're
a
gonna
movie as a
make the-
community. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be a
So
whole deal.
if you want to come down to Mediaverse Studios and come do that, that'd be pretty awesome. All right, Jake, go ahead and end the show.
I'm gonna go paint a bathroom.
I'm going to go watch him paint a bathroom. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.